I read a story some years ago written by a man called Ernest Hemingway. You've probably heard of him. He's dead now. But he wrote some fantastic stories. And one of his short stories was all about a little boy and a father. And the little boy was ill. The father took him, or the doctor came to see him rather. And after the doctor had been to see him, the boy seemed to get worse and worse and worse. And that's what the story is about, the father seeing the boy suffering. It's not a very long story. But in the end, the father can't understand why the boy is not getting better. He's just getting sicker and sicker. And it turns out that the doctor has taken the boy's temperature and discovered that his temperature is 100 degrees. Now your normal temperature is what, 98.6 or something like that, 98.6 Fahrenheit. And the doctor had said that his temperature was 100 degrees. Now this little boy had just been learning in school that the normal temperature of a person's body is 37 degrees. But he was thinking, of course, centigrade. And when he heard the doctor say that his temperature was a whole 100 degrees, he was absolutely terrified. And really he was so frightened he almost scared himself to death. Anyway, it's all cleared up in the end, and the boy survives and the father's happy. But I was thinking about that this morning. It is confusing having different scales of temperature, Fahrenheit and centigrade. Water, for example, freezes in centigrade at 0. Now in Fahrenheit, water freezes at 32 degrees. So if you're listening to Mary, her weather reports, then you'll probably hear that today it was 28 degrees in St. Lucia. If you look at the weather maps in the United States, they'll say it was 82 degrees today in Atlanta. 82 actually is almost the same as 28, but they're different scales. So today I thought I'd explain to you how you change from centigrade to Fahrenheit. It's not really that's important, it's the mathematics that's important. So let's have a look. Centigrade. Water freezes at 0. And you write it 0 degrees centigrade. Some people call it Celsius, by the way, not centigrade. And it boils at 100 degrees centigrade. Now if you look at the Fahrenheit scale, we call it F. Water freezes at 32 degrees Fahrenheit. And it boils at 212, whoopsie-daisy, degrees Fahrenheit. So there's a big difference. Here we have 0 to 100. Here we have 32 to 212. Here we have 100 degrees difference. Here we have 180 degrees difference. So how do we convert from Fahrenheit to centigrade? Well, let's do it together, shall we? We have 180 and 100. Let's say that we want to convert 82 degrees Fahrenheit into centigrade. Well, first of all, we take away 32 degrees, these 32. It gives us 50. Then we divide it by 9. 9 into 50 doesn't go well. It's almost 6, isn't it? 9 sixes are 54. 9 fives are 45. Let's say it's roughly 6. I'll write here more or less. More or less 6. 9 sixes are 54. It's not quite right, but it's good enough. Then we multiply it by 5. So 6 times 5 is 30. So you can say that 82 degrees Fahrenheit is 30 degrees centigrade. It's not quite right because we cheated a little bit here, but it was an estimation. You can see what I'm doing here, by the way. Here we have 100, here we have 212. If I want to make 212 into 100, I do the same thing. 212, I take away 32, I get 180 left. I divide it by 9. 9 into 180 is 20. I multiply it by 5. 5 times 20 is 100. So that's how we get this. Did you follow that?